boy Tot's back again, and thank God for Kepa because he actually made us get to that semi-final. Because, bro, watching those penalties, I'm thinking we're not going to get through. This is going to be another time where Arsenal dominate a game in a cup competition. I don't take their chances. I've got to talk about the attack, but I will say I'm happy that we are through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup to face against Chelsea after a 1-1 draw and a penalty win. 8-7 on penalties. Crazy penalty shootout. Before I get into it, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, man, let's get into the game. I was happy with the team. A few changes, which was expected, considering the likes of Eze and Madueke didn't play against Everton at the weekend. So yeah, very expected the changes. And again, to be honest with you, I will say this, attacking wise, that was probably the best we played in the first half. And when I mean attacking, I'm talking in terms of having a sustained amount of pressure time and time again throughout the entire half. Crystal Palace looked a bit fatigued in that first half, but they couldn't get out. Arsenal were very good at winning the second balls. And bro, we had so many chances. Honestly, we should have been at least 4-5-0 up. Like, that's no exaggeration. You're looking at Madueke, the chance he had in the first 2 or 3 minutes. Should have done better with that, man. Played through by Mikel Merino. Should have done better with that. He had another opportunity where he had a chance to cut in and shoot. Took too long and it was blocked. Then you look at Jesus, man. I thought Martinelli, big him up. I mean, I've been onto him for a couple of years in terms of his performances, but that is what I want to see from a winger performance, man. He absolutely cooked that fullback, man, going outside, going inside. And not only that, his deliveries were excellent in this game, especially in that first half. Really should have had at least a couple of assists with the balls he was putting in. But yeah, he was creating a lot of chances. He put in a great ball in for Gabriel Jesus from a header who should have scored, man. Great save by Benitez. I'll give him credit, but he should have scored that. Then, obviously, Madueke had the follow-up. He couldn't put the ball into the back of the net. There was another opportunity where Martinelli beat his fullback again, pull it into an area. Madueke jumped too soon, goes over his head. Would have had an easy tapping header. Misses the ball, goes out for a corner. And there's another opportunity where Martinelli beats the man again, cuts it back, and it, again, Timber with a free header, open goal virtually nearly. Puts it over the bar. And I'm looking at these chances thinking, I've seen this story before. I've seen us go and play the likes of Liverpool in the FA Cup, Man United in the FA Cup, miss chances, Havertz missing chances, Odegaard missing the penalty against Man United, and we ended up getting knocked out, dumped out of both competitions or both seasons of the FA Cup in those kind of games because we weren't clinical. Jesus had another opportunity where he was played in, I think by Marino again, took a heavy touch, and then the chance went away, but that could have been easily a goal as well. This is all in the first half, by the way. Crystal Palace only had one shot. It was Mitchell that went over the bar, but we were by far the better team. Like I said, we should have been at least 4-5 up. And again, this is the one thing I said, and I mentioned about the attack in the last video, that I'm very worried about it. This is kind of from another reason. Obviously, before I was talking about the lack of obviously maybe creating chances, but again, I did mention that we needed to be more clinical in the Everton game, and it's the same with this game, man. We had so many chances. That's 2 games now back to back where we scored 1 goal really from a play. Well, we've not scored an open play goal. Actually, thinking about it now, I mean, in fact, if you count the Wolves game, we haven't scored an open play goal. We've scored 3 own goals now and a penalty. So that is a worry, man. We need to start scoring some goals from open play because we've got to rely on set pieces and own goals every single game, man. So very worrying in terms of that perspective. But in terms of a positive, I would say finally we've seen some attacking patterns. Finally, we've seen some quicker play. And yeah, I think again we played actually very well in terms of getting into that final phase. We'll win the ball high up the pitch. I thought Norgard actually had a good first half. I thought Marino was winning the ball back in decent areas. And I thought Martinelli was definitely the man of match for the first half. I'll probably give him the man of match in the entire game, really, compared to how the quality lacked in that second half, because I think he was by far the best player on the pitch throughout the entire game. So yeah, goes into the second half now, and still 0-0. Martinelli actually picked up a big injury, well, an injury that actually made him get substituted probably in the 55th minute. Knee injury, a collision with one of the Crystal Palace players. He was feeling it was down for a bit, and then he ended up getting substituted off in the second half, which is obviously a little bit of a worry. Hopefully it's not a long-term issue, because again, that's probably the best game he's had this season. Didn't get any GA, but in terms of his productivity, in terms of what he was doing on the pitch, creating, beating your fullback, beating your man, being dangerous, creating numerous chances. I think he created 5 clear-cut chances in that first half alone, man. So, yeah, he had a fantastic first half. Second half, you always knew Crystal Palace weren't going to come out and be the same kind of lethargic, fatigued kind of team, especially off the ball. They immediately improved, took Eddie and Ketty off, made a couple of substitutions, and they were by far, obviously, better than they were in the first half. Had a couple of half chances as well for themselves. Adam Wharton had a shot that went just wide from outside the area. Arsenal, again, still had a few chances, man. Jesus put clean through on goal by Saka. and takes too much of a heavy touch, skies it over the bar. There was a couple of opportunities from corners and set pieces where it was in and around the box where we just couldn't put it into the back of the net. And you're thinking, how many chances are we going to get to try and put the ball in the back of the net? We just couldn't do it. Saka comes on as well. Trossard comes on for Martinelli, like I said, for the injury. I think Odegaard comes on as well. And we end up making the breakthrough in the 80th minute. And again, like I said before, it wasn't even our play. It was an own goal. Cross comes in. It's a melee in the box. Saliba's in there. And yeah, Crystal Palace own goal, man, to make it 1-0. I think it was Lacroix that scored the own goal. And yeah, 1-0. But I was always a bit nervous, man, because like I said, with these games, you kind of see the scripts where you don't take away your chances or you don't kill the game off. And even after that, in another chance in stoppage time where Timbo, I think Gahey trips on the ball and then Timber's one-on-one and he just hits it straight at the keeper. It's like, just lift it a little bit. Lacking a lot of quality in that final third, man. I still think it's a major worry going forward. I think there's only so long you can rely on own goals, penalties and stuff like that, to be honest with you. So I'm just calling out now, even when we're winning games, because that's what I feel like you have to do. Because again, when you end up starting dropping points and not being clinical and it costs you, people are going to act surprised. So yeah, man. But yeah, again, we ended up conceding a goal in the latter stages of the game. And again, another thing I want to point out in terms of something I'm a little bit worried about, man, this kind of tendency now, we've done it in about, 3-4 games where we've conceded a last-minute goal. We did it against Aston Villa away, last kick of the game. We did it against Wolves. That was in the 90th minute. This game was, 93rd, 94th minute. Sunderland was 95th, 96th minute. That's definitely a habit we need to cut out, man. We need to make sure we're more kind of switched on during those latter stages of the game. And yeah, I think we need to definitely improve on that. Maybe the manager could definitely incorporate more substitutions to kind of get fresher heads, fresher minds, fresher legs, because it just seems like we're getting too fatigued in those latter stages and retreating too far back as well, inviting pressure on. And that's when obviously teams create chances. So yeah, man, I think maybe during those kind of latter stages of the game, the best kind of form of defense is attack, to be honest with you, getting another goal rather than sitting back, because at a minute it's not working. We're conceding too many goals in the last minute, and luckily it didn't cost us here, but it could have done. So yeah, I was annoyed. 1-1, we go into penalties, and we still had another chance after that. Declan Rice had a chance at the end, which Benitez, who had a very good game, smothered. But yeah, it goes to penalties, and I'm thinking, man, this is going to be tough, man. I've seen Odegaard miss a penalty against Man United last year in a shootout. We lost Sporting Lisbon. We lost that one a couple of seasons ago. We beat Porto in the Champions League in one, but obviously that was rare in goal. And yeah, I got to say, man, some fantastic penalties, man. People I thought, you know what, I'm not too sure. Took some great penalties. Trossard was one who missed a penalty against Shakhtar the next. He took a fantastic penalty into the top corner. Saliba, defender, took a very good penalty. Kind of Fury as well. I thought Timber might miss. He hit the post and it went in as well. And some of their penalties were very good as well. Mateta, Will Hughes took a great penalty. Wharton as well. But yeah, man, it ended up going to 8-7. I can't remember who took the last penalty for Arsenal. Actually, it might have been Salih, but thinking about it. But yeah, obviously Lacroix takes Crystal Palace's 8th penalty, and it's greatly saved by Kepa. Big him up for saving the only penalty of the game, and he allows us to face his former team, Chelsea, into the next round, man. So yeah, I'm guessing he's going to be playing in the semi-final games as well, back at Stamford Bridge. So we will see how that goes, man. That game goes, but overall, again, I'm happy that we're going through, because I said this was very important for us to win this game, man. We have to try and win a trophy, any trophy, as quickly as possible. This is the quickest one you could win, and the fact that we're still in the competition shows that, yeah, we've still got obviously a big chance of winning it, but we just have to play better, man. We have to be more clinical. We have to take our chances. We're going through a bad run of form, I believe, and it's going on a little bit too long now. It probably started from Sunderland. We had the Bayern Munich and Tottenham games, but then the other kind of performances in the other games since then have not been great. We've either won by one odd goal, or scored in the last minute, like against Brentford to win 2-0, or we've dropped points. So for me, man, I think we definitely need to improve. Hopefully, once we get Gabriel back, that might put a bit of energy into the team. But overall, man, happy that we are through. But concerns about the attack not being clinical enough, because it will cost you in the end, especially in cup games. Because again, one bad move in certain cup games, then you're out, because you need to be clinical. And obviously those kind of tendencies to concede last minute goals that we have done in the last month. So definitely things to improve on, but we're through. And hopefully we can play a stronger team in the next round, because we're going to have to. It's against Chelsea, 2 legs. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, man, you guys in the comments, let me know what you feel about the game. If Arsenal were lucky to go through, if they deserve to win it on the balance of play with the chances they created, and if they need to improve the attack. And for more content, please like, share, subscribe, and follow T Chanto Sports. Like I always say, don't hate the player at the game. Until next time, people, I'm out. Peace.